Welcome back to the Galactic Podracing circuit. I'm Ace, and with me today is Game Draco.
Yeah, this is gonna be. We're gonna start it epically. We're starting on the longest track in the game by time in Fire Mountain Rally.
Yeah, it's a great pick. I'm really looking forward to this, to be honest. I'm not sure if we have even seen Fire Mountain Rally as first track in this tournament so far. I don't think we have. But yeah, starting off on the longest track in the game, time-wise, it's going to be great. So today we have Zelascelar versus BananaBoatKid, also known as BBK. It's winners round 1 in the double elimination bracket. So I hope this is going to be a good one. So we have BBK finishing second in his group and Zelascelar finishing third in his group. And that's how they got here. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen today. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah. Winner is going to face Domeray, and the loser is going to face Digital Unity. Looks like both are off, or are they just doing practice laps?
I think this did practice. Yeah, it's still practice. They're getting the countdown right now, so they should be off in a few seconds. So, who's your pick, Draco?
I feel like BananaBoatKid has. I think BananaBoatKid has the edge on it, but when it comes, if Zelascelar forces no upgrades, BananaBoatKid's gonna be in serious trouble.
Well, yeah, at least if he hasn't put in the work, because we've seen him struggle with no upgrades. That's right.
This looks like the run now. Oh!
Wow. That's an early death. That's gotta hurt on a track this long, dying within the first 10 seconds. Must be quite a blow to the morale.
Oh, I bet.
Alright, let me sync them up real quick. Okay. Sync pass is coming in very soon. And now we can see how much damage that crash has done to Zelascelar already. So this looks like almost a 5-second lead at this point for BananaBoatKid. Yeah, I adjusted the audio a bit. Let me know if it's still off a bit, and I'll adjust a bit more.
Oh, BananaBoatKid crash!
Yeah, and now we're even in crashes. So BananaBoatKid still has a slight lead here, but it's maybe a second or two now, and not 5 seconds as it was before. But generally, it looks like BBK is a bit cleaner here. He's getting in more boosting. He's getting in slightly better lines. Definitely looking a bit more crisp here than Zelascelar, just by pure racing. So let's see what lap 1 times say. So 151 for BBK.
155 for Zelascelar. Oh!
Yeah, starting off lap 2 with a crash. That's not what you want to do. So it already was a 4-second lead for BBK before that crash. And that crash will probably add on 4 to 5 more to that. So we're looking at almost a 10-second lead now for BBK, which is quite a margin.
Yeah, and BBK also looked really comfortable on this track even before the start of the run.
Yeah, he did. And he also sounded pretty happy when this got determined as the first track.
Yeah, Zelascelar kind of had an oh no reaction when this got chosen.
Yeah, let's hope Zelascelar breaks the tradition on lap 3 and starts that one without a death.
Yeah, I sure hope so too.
Now at this point, it would already take probably 2 crashes from BBK for Zelascelar to be able to catch up here. Which is definitely in the realm of possibility.
Wow, he took it without even losing the green. Oh no!
Yeah, it's another crash for Zelascelar. This is one of the hardest tracks in the game though, so... Oh! Yeah. That's one of those very common crashes on the shortcut. There's a little bump on the shortcut, and if you hit that at the wrong angle, you're just gonna blow up like Zelascelar did right there. And it's a really comfortable lead for BananaBoatKid at this point.
Yeah. 159, and BananaBoatKid came in with a 144.
144 is quite an impressive time for a tournament lap. I'm curious where BBK is gonna end up. It might still be a sub 520 here for him. With the death even. It's quite impressive. Answering the chat, BananaBoatKid is definitely favorite here. Just by their PBs on the individual tracks. But you cannot sleep on Zelascelar. He has participated in all of the 3 annual tournaments so far, and he has quite a few very strong picks. So definitely don't count him out, but BananaBoatKid is the favorite here, I would say.
Not to mention Zelascelar has improved significantly across every tournament too.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And this is BananaBoatKid's first tournament actually, but he has ran this game for more than a year at this point, and he's done a lot of work in the All Tracks New Game Plus category.
520 with the Spite of Death.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Back-to-back 144, let's see on lap 2 and 3, that's quite a showing. BBK looking pretty scary. Well, I would say, answering to chat again, this game definitely has a steep learning curve, but it really depends on what exactly you want to start with. If you want to jump right into max upgrades IL, so just straight up time trials, it's quite a steep learning curve. But if you put in the time and if you're determined, you can become pretty good just in a few months. So, to clarify, after this first track, both of the runners will permanently ban 2 tracks for the remainder of this match. And then the loser of the last track will temporarily ban a pot for the next race. After that, the winner of the last track will temporarily take out 1 track that cannot be picked for the next track. And after that, the loser will pick the next track. And that is how it will go after every single race from now on.
First permabans came in. BananaBoatKid was Zugga and Zelascelar with Vengeance, and BananaBoatKid banning Mongaza Speedway. And booked a training ban from Zelascelar. Mars Grow ban. Scrappers Run ban from BananaBoatKid.
Yeah, I'm expecting a Defrost Revenge pick here, and I am 100% on point. So we're going to Defrost Revenge, Zelascelar's pick right here. And that doesn't surprise me at all. It's one of his best tracks. It's one of his comfort tracks. So yeah, if you want to learn about this game, definitely join the Discord like the people in chat recommended. You can find it, the easiest way to find it is if you visit the speedrun.com page of Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. At the left side in the menus, you can find a link to the Discord. But yeah, we're going to Default's Revenge next, and yeah, you can also see the spectator sheet now on BananaBoatKid's side, which is giving you a little bit of insight of what's going on at the moment. So I would say Default's Revenge is the easiest track in Galactic Circuit, but it still has a few tricky spots. And it's also quite a short track, just over 2 minutes long. Oh, Zelascelar trying to jump on top of the roof in his warm-up and crashing while doing it. Let's hope he's not gonna go for that during the actual run. Now the runners cut their count.
He's known for doing that.
Yeah, he really is.
He is really fond of doing that.
And I cannot recommend this to anyone, because this practically saves no time. This is like a time trial strat only. Don't do this in tournament. I really hope he's not going for it. Now both of them holding this long boost here, Zelascelar cancelling it. And I think he's underheating a bit in the process. So he already lost a bit of timing. I'll go ahead and sync them up. I think Zelascelar is slightly ahead here. Yeah, he's not going for it. I'm relieved, I have to say. Now the main reason we see BBK ahead at this point is because Zelascelar already underheated a lot at the very beginning of the track. So this is where this lead is coming from. It's not a big one though, definitely possible to make this back up again. Now, the main thing to look out for on this track is the very ending of lap 3, because it is not easy to actually be on high heat once you finish lap 3, which you generally always want to be, so use the maximum amount of boost. And there's also a strat here that we call the out of bounds finish, which enables you to use more boost while going over the line on lap 3. So definitely look out for that at the end of this lap for both of these runners. BBK is still in the lead here, but it's not a big one. It's still only about a second, I would say. So it's gonna come down to the ending. Who manages the heat better? They're both looking pretty good on heat here. BBK electing not to boost during the end, Zelascelar doing so. It's like BBK is gonna take it, but it's close. Okay, yeah, BBK takes
that's insane for tournament 208.
Yeah, it's an extremely good tournament time. It's only about 7/10 of tournament record.
Okay, Zelascelar banning Ben. So Bobo's Legacy ban from BananaBoatKid. Doug Derby, no Ben. Okay.
Ooh, I love Doug Derby.
Pretty sure Zelascelar's gonna go with Mahonic. He's very fond of using him on Doug Derby.
Yeah, it's his go-to pick on Doug Derby. I think you're correct on that one. No, Doug Derby is quite an interesting track, isn't it?
Brutally hard heaven, based off of Laguna Seca, which is a real-life racetrack. And we just found... Yep, Zelascelar going with Mahonic.
As expected here. I'm curious what BBK is going to go for. What do you think?
Yeah, I have no idea. He said interesting, so that means I think he's not going to do... I'm not so sure which pot he's going to take. My guess is he'll probably go with Mars.
Yeah, that would have been my guess as well. We will find out in a moment. Now, as you said before, this track is based on the real-life circuit Laguna Seca, and it shares all of the characteristics that Laguna Seca actually has. If you compare the track layout of Laguna Seca and Doug Derby, it's exactly the same, which is really cool. This also happens to be the second shortest track in the game if you discount skips. And it's also, even though it's so short, it's still considered one of the most difficult tracks in this game. And we were on point. It's a mask move for the BananaBoatKid, and we have a perfect sync right away, so that's always great to see.
Ooh!
That's an early crash here for BananaBoatKid, and Zelascelar taking the lead. And that is one of the downsides of Mars Crew, isn't it? It's his enormous width. He's the biggest pod in the game by far, and we see another crash for BananaBoatKid. This is huge. This is, especially on a track this short, 2 crashes on lap 1 now. Well, first of all, it's really hard on the mental game if you crash twice on lap 1, and second of all, if your opponent stays clean, this is basically impossible to make up.
Yeah, and also I think BananaBoatKid got really thrown off here because he said interesting like he wasn't sure about it.
Yeah, like he wasn't sure about which pod to pick if Ben is not in the race, yeah. As we see the third crash from BBK here, so Zelascelar's race to lose at this point for sure. And that can definitely be tilting. If you go into one of those tracks and you feel like you've been caught off guard and then you die 4 times, it's rough. It's rough to not be tilted by that. And let's see how BBK deals with this and what he's going to pick for the next track. For now, Zelascelar takes his first point though. So 2 and 1. BananaBoatKid still in the lead though. But yeah, that's definitely a tilter right there. Dying 4 times on Dark Derby.
Okay, BananaBoatKid Bang Bulls Roar. Gauntlet Band from Abyssful. Ooh!
Oh yeah. I'm not surprised about that one. BBK actually has tournament record here on Abyssful track. And he's extremely consistent at this for the simple reason that he, for a long time, I think he still does that, but he does Abyss first in his all-track New Game Plus runs. And that's in all-track New Game Plus, you're basically running all 25 ILs in a row. So that's why he's really consistent and fast here. So I'm not surprised by that pick. Also, if you're curious about the current standings, you can check out the bracket here. And there's also the Discord link if you want to join that one. But yeah, we're currently in the double elimination phase, and this is still winners round 1. And the winner of this race, like Draco mentioned earlier, is going to move on to face Dummy Ray, one of the tournament favorites. So let's see who can earn that privilege.
Okay, Zelascelar going with Mars. I'm sure BananaBoatKid's going to go with Ben here.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that. I'm surprised Zelascelar is going with Mars here. I guess he's pretty safe, especially in terms of climbing back up from the bottom track. But Ben is also pretty good at that. So. I don't think there's many excuses here for a player of this caliber to not go Ben here, to be honest. But who knows? It might still pay off if BBK falls off and fails to climb back up. Can still work out, of course. But Mars is at a huge disadvantage from the get-go here if he has to compete with Ben. If you're not comfortable climbing up with Ben, I can understand if you rather pick a pod that you're comfortable climbing back up with. But here we go.
Yeah.
This is life.
And BananaBoatKid, I think, has the all-time tournament record for Abyss.
He does, yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Okay, this looks very confusing. So what happened right there is the upper track of Abyss is a bit weird in terms of physics. So if you gain airtime while being on the upper track and the game thinks you're falling, the game does some weird things which you just witnessed, which is what we call a maximum fall glitch, where the game thinks you're falling, even though you're on a solid surface, and it builds up a timer, essentially, while you're falling in the air. And at some point it realizes, okay, something is not right here. And then you bounce off the ground, and you basically bounce into the air based on how long you've spent in this floating state. And this is what you just saw happening to Zelascelar. And this is also the cause of these weird, what we call physics crashes on the upper level of these Albana tracks. So it's extremely unfortunate for the Zelascelar to happen, that this happens in tournament. And you can see he already is down probably like 15 seconds here or more. BBK already on lap 3 here. BBK fell down though, so let's see if he can make the climb.
I think at this.
And he does, yeah.
He got 246s.
Yeah, that's blazingly fast. He's gonna get another sub-2 training here, I think.
And I think he set the record at 220. So he's gonna shatter. He's gonna bust his own.
Yeah, he is indeed.
219. This is, I think this is the first 219 of the whole tournament since we've done this since 2019.
Yeah, I think you're correct. So BBK improves his own tournament record on this. So we
Not
can
just
safely
tournament record. It's an all-time record for the tournament.
Yeah, that's usually what I mean when I say tournament record. But yeah, this is quite impressive. And we can safely say, even if Zelascelar had the perfect race, if he raced absolutely perfectly, he wouldn't have beaten this time. So yeah, quite an impressive showing here from BananaBoatKid, taking his third victory. Now he's up 3-1. First to 5 wins, best of 9.
Banning bowls.
And that right there is how you bounce back after crashing 4 times on the previous track. So what do you expect from Zelascelar now?
Van Bumpy's breakers. Inferno.
BBK likes that, I think. Inferno's also pretty strong track for BBK. So this might be quite a close race here. Inferno is notorious for being extremely technical. It's an extremely difficult track. It's pretty short, but it has plenty of spots to crash on.
It's also particularly risky if you go for skipping over the lava with a rock wall, because the rocks will often kill you. And Zelascelar, that's what did him in with his match against Paige.
Oh yeah, I remember that. He actually crashed on the rock while trying to jump down. But yeah, the main difficulty of this track is actually getting enough boosting. So you want to boost basically at every opportunity that you have, especially in the very winding and tight parts of the track. And that's pretty difficult to do, especially if you don't want to crash. So this track is extremely volatile. This is technically the last track in the entire game. It's the last track of the Invitational Circuit and the home track of Ben Credineros. This is where you unlock Ben Credineros in tournament mode. And as he is on most track, he's also the fastest here. So you're gonna see both runners cutting to the left here, taking a jump, and then taking a very, very sharp left-right chicane. And then trying to be on the booster as early as possible again. Into another very sharp left turn.
Oh, that was a precarious pickle Zelascelar got into with those lines.
Yeah, it was. He already lost some speed there. And we also see Zelascelar skipping out on the shortcut, while BBK is taking it. And that puts BBK in a solid position here. Already had 2 seconds.
49 first lap. 49 first lap is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. It's really good for tournament. But again, this track is extremely tricky. Can kill you at any time. So you cannot let your guard down here.
Yeah, and if your lines don't get, if you don't get your lines right, you'll often catch fire going over the lava.
Yeah. So even if you fly over the lava, it still heats up your inlands. So it's very easy to mess this up and catch fire. Oof. Wow, Zelascelar barely squeezed through these rocks. And BBK with a
47.
Yeah, that's a 2:24 pace right here, I'd say, for BBK. Probably taking a tournament record here if he keeps this up on the last lap. So he has a substantial lead at this one, but I don't think it's enough for him to be able to afford a crash. He's going safe on the last lap here. Doesn't even take the shortcut anymore. Approaching the last corner, looking pretty good. And he takes it, yeah. That's the new tournament record.
225.
And the 2:30 for Zelascelar, also very respectable time for sure, but BBK just on fire here.
Yeah, broke 2 all-time tourney records in a row.
And now BBK is up 4-1. This is quite a mountain to climb for Zelascelar now.
Banning Ben, Gauntlet ban from Bunta Classic, Forceful ban Bulls and Mars. Ooh.
Yeah, so Zelascelar using 2 of his forces to ban 2 additional pods, namely Bowls and Mars here. So he wants to force the Bullseye Mirror. But, I mean, you could still go for Mahonic or Elon Mac here. But yeah, I'm kind of expecting the Bullseye Mirror now on the Bunta Classic. But yeah, BBK definitely putting on an impressive performance so far. Looks like he wants to challenge for a top 3 spot in this tournament. He still has to close this one out though. Now we're going to the Bunta Classic. We're gonna see Bullseye from the Zelascelar, and I would think BBK is gonna pick Bullseye too. Match point for BananaBoatKid here. Should he win this track, he will move on in the bracket to the winners quarterfinals to face Tommy Ray. So Zelascelar needs to win this track if he wants to keep his chances up. In fact, he needs to win 4 tracks in a row if he still wants to win. It has to be said though that Zelascelar is really solid on the Bunta Classic, especially with Bullseye. It's probably one of his best tracks. And yeah, we're seeing a Bullseye mirror. And already we have differing routes here. BBK losing the boost on the off-road path. So that's already a lead for Zelascelar. This track is extremely dangerous though. You can crash in every single corner here. You can even crash where there's no corners at all, huh? Straight. It happens. And whoa, Zelascelar! Where are you going?
What the?
Okay, I don't think if that was just nerves or if he just had a temporary blackout here. That was a weird crash. It looked like he wanted to go under the arcs, but he didn't have to do that. He could have just gone left, so extremely weird death for Zelascelar. And BBK taking the lead due to that. Now this is the track from the movie episode 1, Phantom Menace. They actually did a pretty good job of recreating what you see in the movie. It's also one of the longest tracks in the game, so even though BBK has the lead right now because of the Zelascelar's crash, this is far from over. You can see it's only about a 4-second lead right now. And losing 4 seconds on the Bunta Classic is... it's not hard. It's pretty easy to lose 4 seconds here. BBK is still crashless though. So right now, the crash Zelascelar took definitely making the difference here. And you can see both of them cutting to the left here to take a bit of a shorter line and jump over the off-road. And now Zelascelar taking a safer line, going under the arc. I'm still not sure why he's doing that and not just going to the left. I think the nerves are definitely showing here for Zelascelar. But
yeah,
at least he avoided another crash. BBK coming up to the end of lap 2 here. And I think he built on his lead a bit more on this lap. I think he gained another second or two. I might be wrong though. We'll see once they cross the line. So 144 for BBK.
143 for Zelascelar.
Yeah, I was actually wrong. Zelascelar made a bit of time, and Zelascelar takes the lead with that crash from BBK here.
And that's probably the most catastrophic crash you can take on this track.
Yeah, I agree. Crashing on the off-road there, it's a big time loss for sure. And with that, we have Zelascelar in the lead. Let's see if he can keep it together here. Approaching the section again where he takes the weird route. Doesn't crash though, that's the most important thing. Takes a slow route, but he doesn't crash. He has 2 orange engine parts, so that's a bit scary. But he's getting close to the end of this lap. There's only a
That was a nasty bonk BananaBoatKid took. Okay, this is where I could spell danger to him. Oh! That was a... Uh-oh.
Catching fire twice here, but he's still fine. Dodging the crawler. There's not much more that can go wrong here. Just don't crash on the slots, Zelascelar. Okay, I think he's fine. I think he takes this. So he collected himself, even though he had that really weird crash on lap 1. He kept it together and finishes with a 5:15 with a crash. Very impressive. So I would
totally at the mercy. Now he's totally at the mercy of. Now he's totally at the mercy of BananaBoatKid now.
Yeah, that's true. He has to win on 3 straight counter picks from BananaBoatKid if he still wants to win this match. So BananaBoatKid having 3 match points in a row. But Zelascelar definitely showing us his skill here on the Bunta Classic. Straight up outracing BBK. Even without any crashes, he would have won this. So quite an impressive showing for sure. He definitely doesn't go out without a fight here. Taking a second win.
Ando Prime Centrum.
Yeah, we're going to Ando Prime Centrum. Ben is still on the table here. So we're going to see a Ben Mirror most likely again. So yeah, BananaBoatKid still on match point. There's only one more track win between him and winner's quarters. Now let's see what Zelascelar can do. Looks like he has a 241 PB here. And I think BananaBoatKid has a 236 or 237. Yeah, he has a 236, so if you compare the PBs, BananaBoatKid probably going in with a pretty big advantage in terms of track knowledge here. But let's see. And we're live. Under Prime Centrum, match point for BananaBoatKid. Oh, I probably synced the wrong run here, pardon me.
Yep.
Give a longer sync to Zelascelar and then we should be fine. There we go. Alright. And we saw BananaBoatKid taking the jump route through the pillar, which is quite a big time save compared to not doing it, and it shows already. Zelascelar also cooling down. Yeah, BBK caught fire, but it's better than what Zelascelar is doing. He cooled down a bit too much, and now he's gonna underheat during this next part because there's this hairpin coming up again. So that's what I meant earlier with the track knowledge being on being in BBK's favor here. Zelascelar not 100% comfortable with the optimal strats here, it seems. It's already a really big lead for BBK here.
Total underheat from Zelascelar.
Yeah. BBK is already 5 seconds ahead without even taking a crash here. And Zelascelar cooling down again fully. So definitely slightly messing up the heat management here. And it hurts. Underheating a lot definitely costs you. He's on better heat, so this lap he won't underheat as much, but he has to count on a death for BBK, or there's no way he can make it. So unless BBK makes a huge mistake here at the end of lap 3, it looks like he's gonna move on to the winners quarterfinals. He only has this one straight left here. Canceling his boost again, and there we go. Actually coming in with a low 237.
230.
But it's GG's. BBK takes it 5-2 over Zelascelar. And Zelascelar coming in with a 243, which is pretty solid considering his PB is a 241. But yeah, you could tell he wasn't quite comfortable with the optimal strats. And yeah, BBK takes it.
Hey, BananaBoatKid!
Hey.
Hey, congrats on the win. That was some impressive stuff.
Thank you. Yeah, there was a lot of good tracks. One absolutely horrible one that we're probably not going to talk about.
And hello, Zelascelar. Also, GG's to you.
Yeah, GG, man. Thank you for the fun races.
You actually set 2 all-time tournament records in that run, BananaBoatKid.
I was going to say Abyss
on
was
Abyss and Inferno.
pretty darn good. I'm surprised about Inferno. That was slightly sloppy, but it was good for a tournament.
Yeah, Inferno in tournament is definitely extremely risky. Just trying to go faster can go wrong very, very quickly. So, but yeah, you set 2 tournament records on Abyss and Inferno, and even your time on APC and what was the other track on SMR were really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was some solid showing. You want to move on to the winners quarterfinals to face Tommy, right? So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, that one's gonna be tough.
Yeah, for sure. But honestly, after what you showed today, I think you have a good shot. And I think Dom should be at least slightly scared of you.
It's definitely not impossible. That's for sure.
No, not at all, I would say. I would say, obviously, say Dom is the favorite. But yeah, I think you have a good shot.
Yeah, and Dom watches me like play a lot whenever I do, so he like knows my game really well, and he'll know some good tracks to pick in his favor.
Yeah. And it's probably a good idea for you to work on some strategy as well and see what you can come up with. But yeah, you still have some time to prepare for that.
I was ready for skips today.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and GG's Banana. It was really nice times, man.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
There's some good track choices.
We both had our quite messy tracks, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
So yeah, Zelascelar unfortunately didn't quite work out today, but you're not out yet. You're moving on to the losers round 1 to face Digital Unity.
Yeah, that's going to be some... I mean, it's hard to say anything without doing some, no Johns stuff. Obviously, but Banana, you're the better driver than me. But at least I have to... I have less time for Podracing, which is a shame. So I really want to get back into it and get better.
I mean, I think you definitely showed your skill on the Boonta Classic, though. Even though you took that really weird crash on lap 1,
my brain went, that was the first time I ever did that because I saw Paige doing it.
Yeah.
It was the first time I did it. My brain panicked, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna save and do to the right of that rock, and then my brain for some reason went, that's the opening, and that was not the opening. So. So I went right into the rock.
Yeah, and even though that happened, you still finished with a really strong time on the Boonta Classic. So that's why I'm saying your skill definitely showed on that track, and it was obvious that if you're prepared, you can do really well. So yeah.
Yeah, if that was your time with the death, that's pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I guess I had to move on to the save zone that is low tier pod racing and focus on my band for a while.
I honestly thought my bullseye Boonta Classic would go better because like I used to not use anybody else for that track, and now I can't use anybody other than Ken.
Yeah, you had a really costly death at the start of lap 3.
Yeah, I don't know what that was so weird.
Yeah. Draco already said that during the match, but this is one of the worst deaths that you can take, period, on the whole track. So.
Also, the one when I was doing Mars on Doug Derby, that death right before the tunnel is just because I landed short. I don't know. I couldn't get focused after that.
Yeah, you bounced back.
Yeah, you also seem to be thrown off guard with Ben not being able to use on Doug Derby.
A little bit, yeah. I thought it would go better. That's okay.
By the way, is there any way to avoid that annoying bug at Abyss?
Oh, yeah, okay. That was extremely unlucky. What happened there to you?
Oh, what happened?
Well, first of all, he got the weird physics crash where you crash in the upper thing. Then he tried to climb back up, and then the same thing happened again, but he didn't crash, and he started an MFG, maximum fall glitch, in the middle of the track, and he was stuck there for 10 seconds. Yeah. You should watch it back. It was quite.
That sounds exactly like Abyss. Not even.
Yeah, it doesn't it? And yeah, there's not a consistent way to avoid it. Just avoids getting any airtime on the upper track. And yeah, but I can tell you, even if you had the perfect Abyss with Masku, if you raced flawlessly, you still would have lost that track because BMK was on Ben and he put in a really good time. So.
Yeah, I knew it felt that Banana would be comfortable with Ben on the track. So yeah, I did a little test and I was like, no, I rather.
Yeah, Abyss is my most played track in the entire game.
Good to know. Okay.
Just because it's my first track in my main run.
Yeah.
going to be interesting to see you against Lightning Bite.
Again, he said against Lightning Power. But yeah,
Oh.
if both of you win your next round, you're gonna face off in winner semis. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to these next matches, especially the one Dummy Ray versus you, BBK.
That's gonna be exciting.
For sure, yeah.
It can
now
either
we
be
only-
a blowout or really close.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it. So yeah. But yeah, thanks to both of you for showing us a great match, some amazing times. And also thanks for Game Draco for joining me on commentary today. It was always a pleasure to do it with you.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Thank you. It's always fun to do it with two when you're such a. Yeah, I didn't expect to see two tournament records get broken today. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Some pressure on Dommy.
Yeah, Dom should at least be a bit scared of BBK, yeah, for sure. Now, good luck on your losers run, Zelascelar.
Yep.
Like I said, you're still not out, and I believe in you. You can make the run back in the losers bracket.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, good luck in winners quarters, BBK.
Thanks, guys. It was awesome.
And good luck, Banana.
Yeah, you too.
All right, thanks everyone for watching, and obviously thank you Speed Gaming for hosting our tournament for the third year in a row. Very much appreciated.